Hey guys, so as you can see now, we've just opened a trade on AUDCHF on the 15-minute. If I actually go back up to the hourly, this will be a bit more clear. We have this support zone at the bottom, which as we scroll through, you can see is very strong support. And we've started to break through it and head back up towards this resistance zone. And so we've put a buy on as we broke above the resistance of the previous sort of chop here. We're now expecting the price to just come up through here and come straight back up to where these previous highs are here, where we can get out for take profit. Whereas when we get to this point here anyway, around the 73.705 mark, 7 even, then we can actually look to move our stop loss to entry anyway. So just coming back to this trade, guys, we're now on the 5-minute time frame, so don't freak out about that. But basically prices come out through this resistance, pulled back, come out for a new high, pull back, and now we're trying to break through that last high to continue the uptrend. This is the high that's at support. As you can see, we bought where there is a support line here. Normally you don't really want to do that, but we're anticipating the breakout here, so we're going to try and get into that a little bit earlier. So we're going to watch this for a second and we should see it break this last high, and then we'll start to see it just head straight up from there. The profit and loss at the moment is basically break even because we're just at entry. Alright guys, so it looks like we're now actually going to be breaking above this last high. This is the point where it all matters. We've had the downside of rejection, showing that price doesn't want to form a double top here. However, it could easily still turn around. We just need to see a break and close above here. We're on the 5 minutes. We've got about 30 seconds probably until the next candle. So guys, as you can see, that new candle has just formed and price is starting to push pretty quickly to the upside. Profit and loss starting to actually rise now. We'll have to just keep an eye on it for a bit longer, obviously, because we're on the 5-minute time frame. So we're quite far away from our take profit, but it is now confirming that it wants to break out, and so we just have to sit and wait. So just to give you an update, guys, on the AUDCHF trade, as you can see, we're on the 1 hour. We've broken out through this resistance at the bottom with the chop. Just been constant buying ever since, as you can see. And if we go down onto a lower time frame, it's been a nice big break all the way up. We're probably about to retrace a little bit before heading up even further. Current P&L on the trade is plus £72, so it's not a lot, but we're getting up there now. So guys, we're back, and on AUDCHF on the 1 hour, we can see we broke that resistance that we spoke about before. We said we might see it bounce and retrace off it, but we'd rather see it break and then come back to test it again, which is now looking like what's about to happen. On the 5-minute, we did bounce off it a little bit, but then we broke through straight away. Currently running at £115 in profit. We don't really have any more major resistance in the way, other than maybe here at 0.7360, so we need to watch out for that as well. But other than these two, once we've cleared both of these, which could even be possible in this one candle, then we should just be clear run again. As we can see though, from the 4 hour, we can actually move our stop loss now if we want to. We can put it below this low because we've had such a strong move that if this was to turn around and break through this low here, then we're probably going to be proven wrong on our trade anyway. So instead of risking 41 pips, we're going to move it up to there and risk about 31 pips instead. So slightly less risk, slightly more reward. It's now a £244 risk for £376 reward. I might bring this down a little bit as well, just because we can now. Because now when we test this resistance, we don't have to worry about breaking it as much, we just have to worry about actually testing it, which should be nice and easy for it to do. So on AUDCHF on the 15-minute here, we can see that we broke through massively as we expected to the upside. Pulled back a little bit back into this channel. I actually thought that we were going to start dropping again. However, it looks like we bounced off of the support formed from earlier. We did practically perfectly. And now we're forming a bullish engulfing candle, which is great because if we see it close above here, we should easily get up to this resistance sign. At that point, we can look to start actually moving our stop loss. So guys, it's now 2:30 in the afternoon. As you can see, since this morning when we had the strong push up and broke through resistance, we came back briefly after hitting the resistance that we already plotted out, pulled back, but now we're forming a bullish engulfing candle above this again, so I can easily see the take profit being hit. I'm just going to hold this trade, keeping the stop loss where it is because I think it's in a good place at the moment. Hey guys, so as you can see right now, we are on EURAUD and we've decided to sell this. Just so that you can see this is legit, I called out into our Success Syndicate VIP signals earlier, EURAUD sell, and here's the signal. It's basically what you see on here. And so this is the hourly, and if we drop down to the 5-minute, you can see that it's already starting to drop nicely, exactly where we sold. Profit and loss on the left here. Basically what we went for was a break of this support from over here, you know, support, support, more support, false break, lots of touches for support, break, pull back, more touches for support. So this was a really strong level that we had to keep an eye on. It does require breaking through the 158 even handle, however I do expect that it can probably do that easier than it can break the resistance at the top here and break out to new highs. So leaving this on the 5 minute, same as usual, we just want to see it keep breaking through the lows, forming new lower lows, and then we should see a nice downtrend all the way to our take profit. So it's now 12:38 in the afternoon, and as you can see, price is coming back down to the support that we have here yet again. It tried to test it earlier, but it couldn't quite break it, and now we're trying again. I'm slightly worried that this might reverse, and so this is the point where we're actually going to move the stop loss. I'm going to take the stop loss from where it was earlier down just into profit above resistance. There's about 2 pips there in profit, which would cover the spread. And the reason our stop loss is here is because that's the point where we turn from a seller to a buyer. If price now turns around and breaks up through here, we would be looking to buy and taking it up towards the top into where we have the resistance here. For now though, we have stop loss at entry, so we can just let this run. If we really wanted to, we could take some profit here as well, but I don't really see the point. I actually think it's probably going to break down through here and come down even lower. We're actually probably going to see price come down to there before we actually take any profit. At that point we'll probably take half. So guys, after looking at it on the 15 minute, I've decided I am going to move my stop loss again. I'm going to drag it down to just around here, which is the 158.10 mark. There's 2 reasons for this. One, we have the 158 even handle, which is right here. I'm going to make this one actually a bit bolder because this is actually a very important line now. So we can see the strong resistance line at the 138 even. We've hidden our stop loss behind that, also the previous highs from back there, and the last high that we just formed. And if we look now, it means that we've actually managed to lock in about £84 profit on this trade as a worst case scenario, which is great. Running P&L for the day, £425 currently. We'll come back again in an hour and see how it is then. Hey guys, so just checking in. It's only been 10 minutes since last time. This is EURAUD on the 15 minute. As we can see on the 5 minute, it's still sort of pushing down, but I kind of just want to get out of this trade now, to be honest. Looking at it on the hourly, we're coming into a lot of support. I'll take profits right at support as well. There's not even a huge amount of pips really between where price currently is and our limit. It's only 12 more pips. It's also not a great time to be going into this show. We have a lot of big news coming up this week on the euro, and so we're just going to get out of this before it turns around, which is very likely to do. The current profit and loss on this trade is £270, so we're just going to click on that now and close it. A lot of people would have held this even longer because when you zoom out, as you can see, it does look like a great trade to hold even longer. You could probably hold it all the way down to around the 0.5725 mark. I don't really want to have to do that though, because I do have some other stuff that I need to do today as well, which is why I've closed it early. And so back over to AUDCHF guys, we're probably going to close this one early as well. I'll show you why if we go to the 1 hour. We're pretty close to our take profit again, and normally you don't want to close trades just because they're close to take profit. But in this case, we've had a big move, we've not really corrected, and on the 15 minute, you can see that we have some RSI divergence coming in very strongly, which is a sign things are about to get weaker and reverse. We can see the profit and loss is £225 profit on this trade. So we're going to close it here as well, close that one early. So guys, as you can see on the screen now, here are the 2 trades that we took today. We had a AUDCHF buy and a EURAUD sell. We got around £226 on the AUDCHF trade, and on the EURAUD we had around £269, equaling £488.59 in profit overall on the day. So if you guys want to be able to get signals like this, all you need to do is go to the link in the description, join the free group chat and the free signals channel, and then you can speak to us regarding mentorship and education if you want that as well, which then comes with even more signals as well. Both of these trades today were alerted to our students in the group chat, so they all made profit from these as well as us. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel for more live trading videos, analysis and watch lists, and I'll see you in the next one.